Okay. I'm not going to edit this video. It's just going to be raw, straightforward. I have my screen down here, so if you see me looking down just to make sure everything's shooting right, that's what I'm doing. Just got done rehearsing for our Indianapolis show on July 25th. Have to do the plug. So my voice is a little worn out. I apologize if I don't pronounce words super well. But I want to start this off by first saying to every one of our listeners in LA who were the first to buy tickets to our shows, who have shown up for us over and over and over again. And no, I don't have a script for this. I'm just winging it. I just want to say to all of you, thank you. We couldn't even have started this without you. And even in the midst of the music industry out here just trying to beat us down right and left, being taken advantage of, not getting paid for stuff, y'all just kept showing up, and you kept showing up, singing our songs, cheering us on, telling us to keep going forward, encouraging us at every step. And so I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you. Many people might be wondering, why are we leaving LA? There is this idea that out here in the music industry in LA, that there's a lot of places that are very disregarded, and they're seen as not important, flyover states, groups of people they do not care about, which honestly, at least from my experience, is everyone. They just pay attention to certain niches and groups and stuff like that when they see that there's money there. And there's been this consistent thread. Every time I tell somebody I'm from Indiana, they all go, "Oh, Indiana." It pisses me off. And it's always followed up with, "Well, of course you left there. There's nothing there. There's no one there." And then when I tell people that we're moving back to Indiana, why? Why would you do that? I've been told a few times that this move could cause the death of the band. We'll lose all of our contacts, all these things, blah, blah, blah. Access to some of the most famous venues in the world. I think that's bullshit. And it's not that, like home needs to be seen, or the people, or these small towns, or anything like that. But I want them to be seen. I think some of the most incredible people are from there. Y'all know I have traveled through near every small town in Indiana, camped, written our songs. And I have met some of the most beautiful people, and kind and welcoming. And as simple as it is, that's where I want us to be from. And if that means that it's this huge risk of us making this move, all right, I don't care. I don't see it as a risk. I see it as, this is actually the only way that we're going to break through. We're not going to break through in the music industry and out in LA because we don't follow the rules that you have to follow out here in order to break through. We won't give up creative freedom on our music. We hold on to our masters. We have utilized communities outside the music industry, whether it's, gaming to, hell, even through like YouTube right here and all these other different outlets. And we have found a home there in those places. I think us taking this risk, it's going to turn out to be the greatest decision that we've ever made in our lives. I think that there is so much that lies ahead that anyone I've spoken to out here has no idea what's out there. And there's this write-off on people and opportunities and just like, I don't know, I guess just like the forgotten, the disregarded, I guess, is what I'm trying to get to. And it really pisses me off. I don't like disregard. I don't like when people are treated that way. And ironically, when someone continues to disregard home, it makes me want to go back there more because I want to prove them wrong. And I even know that like our sound isn't necessarily for Indiana. It's a lot of country. It's a lot of heavy hard rock, metal, which I love. That's what I grew up with. But I know there's a space for us there. And I know that region from the Midwest to the South to start this really large fire in a condensed area is going to be huge for us. I think over the next year, it's going to allow us to get to Europe, South America, Asia, all over the world, where we have so many listeners that we just have never been able to play in front of. We're leaving LA. Because this is not where I find hope. And y'all know our message. Love over fear. It must always end in hope. Everyone in the band has dealt with some dark shit. And every single one of us has made it through. And that's why, no matter how, serious the, whatever the commentary or the story is in one of our songs, no matter how dark it is, it always turns to light in the end. And that's just because we just don't see ourselves as a band that puts out dark, angry music. That's just not who we want to be. Even though I love a lot of that music. If we're going to be creating our next era that y'all are funding right now, which is incredible, and we're so thankful. If we're going to do this whole Destination Arrival era of City of Sound and make it a second album with a whole new lineup and all these opportunities, I selfishly need to be where I feel hope. And where I feel hope is when I drive out to the woods in Indiana and I camp out and I go into the river and I jump into the river and I fish and I kayak. And, I drive through like the back roads past the farms and just roll the windows down and you can't hear a sound. Sleeping under like night skies where there is zero light pollution. And you see the stars in a way you've never seen them before. That's where I find hope. I don't find hope in this go out every single night, try to kiss as much ass as possible to get your connection, so someone gives you an opportunity and then you got to compromise yourself in some way, do something that you don't actually believe in or like, and an action that you don't approve of, but you do it because, well, it will get you there. That's not me. And that's just not City of Sound. We're going to go where we feel hope. And where we feel hope is going back to Indiana. And yeah, I mean, sure, I guess some people could say it's a risk, but I think it's bullshit. I think we are about to open doors that no one knew existed. We've been building our own way for the last over 8 years in Los Angeles. And it has always led me back home. Every time I'm writing a new song, better go back to Indiana, find some inspiration. So you're not going to see me for quite a few days. I'm going to have vids up at the ready. But just know while you're watching them, we're on the road. We're going. because we're driving from LA all the way to Indiana, and then we actually have to fly out for something I'll tell y'all about in a couple weeks because it's kind of a secret. I just wanted to explain, one, while I'll be not as engaged like on the channel, but two, because, you know, there's almost 100,000 subscribers on the channel. The band has, you know, almost 10,000 subscribers on the band channel. There's a lot of people who have cheered us on. And I feel like it's worth it to, I guess, what we've always done. You know, we do our label meeting streams where I just leak everything and I tell y'all what we're going through and what we're doing. I just want us to be really honest with every one of our listeners. We are leaving because we are chasing hope. Even though everyone tells us that it's a risk, everyone tells us that it's the death of the band if we leave the industry right here, I think we are chasing the greatest moment that we have never experienced. I think we are putting in place our runway to break out, remain independent, stay in control of our masters, our creative. I am not afraid at all. I'm quite the opposite. I can't wait. And I'm just, there has to be a band that can prove that it's in a place where so much of like this big timey shit disregards, calls it a flyover state, pushes it to the side, does not care, and breaks through being there, proving that that's all they needed. And that's what I want City of Sound to do. I think that we're going to move to Indiana and we're going to prove, after all this struggle and chaos and anxiety and stress and fear, all we needed was to come home. So we're coming home. Next time I talk to y'all, it'll be from a basement in Indiana. As we work to find a property in the state, in a small town where we can do all of our City of Sound work. And we have a lot of announcements coming up for some shows that we're very excited about. And also shows that only happened literally because of you, which you're about to find out. Madness, I love you. Thank you for supporting City of Sound, keeping us independent, now funding our music. Every new song that you are about to hear will be homegrown in Indiana, from a place that the music industry sees as a disregard, a flyover, a doesn't matter. And they're full of shit. I love you so much. Let's go.